迎大家收睇熒幕八爪魚，魅力凝聚新時代 Fans Party 2023喺上個禮拜已經順利舉行，即刻同大家睇下當日記者會同埋個 show 嘅精彩片段啦！喺5月22號，蔡思貝、譚俊賢、姚子羚同嚴偉豪一抵達溫哥華就嚟到時代坊出席記者會以及簽名會。率先就同大家見一見面，簡單傾下偈，真係勁親民啊！
我嘅第一次嚟到加拿大啊！嗨，大家 ，hello！ 多謝啦，多謝大家，終於有機會可以以工作嘅身份嚟到加拿大同朋友見面啦，同觀眾見面啦。
現場吸引咗唔少 fans 嚟支持佢哋。咁啱撞正今個月係 Ben 嚴偉豪生日嘅月份，大會好有心思咁安排咗一個同佢慶祝生日切蛋糕嘅環節，等 fans 可以有機會親身為 Ben 送上祝福。當日大會仲有 Facebook Live 現場直播，俾更多唔能夠親身嚟到嘅觀眾可以喺唔同地方坐定定一齊參與呢個盛事嘅前奏。見面會第二日就係魅力凝聚新時代 Fans Party 嘅大日子啦！時隔幾年冇舉辦實體 Fans Party， 等咗偶像咁耐嘅 fans 反應都特別熱烈啊！現場氣氛相當高漲，而4位嘉賓當日狀態亦都超 fit， 每人輪流上台為觀眾獻唱好幾首歌，其中 Ben 仲帶咗佢自己創作嘅3首歌曲嚟同 fans 分享添。難得嚟到，佢哋又點知表演咁簡單啊？仲密密同現場觀眾玩遊戲大派禮物。全晚最高難度嘅遊戲就係呢個畫畫接龍啦，一隊就要畫掌門人，另一隊呢就要畫 Ben 太太 Bowie 出嚟俾大家估，真係不容有失啊！睇佢哋同啲 fans 玩得幾肉緊，大家用盡渾身解數完成畫作。
係邊個啊？
好啦，夠鐘啦，夠鐘。
即係邊個啫？
咁都要講㗎？
唔係啊，珍姐啊，珍姐啊，哎呀，對唔住啊，珍姐，哎呀，對唔住啊，對唔住。
不過玩遊戲當然最好就係打和啦。今年大家玩得咁盡興，我哋一齊期待過下年魅力凝聚新時代 Fans Party 再喺溫哥華同大家見面啦。
我覺得我哋今次呢個旅程令到我哋嘅關係升華。
係啦，有拖住阿雙隻手。
雖然幾位 artist 喺加拿大嘅 Fans Party 之旅已經完結，但係 TVB 有新嘅精彩劇集同埋節目緊接喺我哋呢邊上映。中意煲劇同埋睇旅遊節目嘅你呢，就一定要 mark 低時間，準備打開電視機啦！新劇《隱瞞》講述30年前嘅一單劫案，改變咗陳展鵬同黃智雯2個人嘅命運。年紀輕輕嘅佢哋經歷生離死別之後，改名換姓，各行各路。但30年後，佢哋偏偏又因為一單劫案而再次重遇，仲遇上由湯樂文飾演嘅警長。3個人嘅命運軌跡突然連成一線，可唔可以喺命運嘅輪迴入面揾到屬於佢哋嗰度隱秘嘅門，重建出路呢？留意新時代電視2台《隱瞞》。一個禮拜返足5日嘅打工仔，係咪成日都會想請1日假嚟一趟3日2夜嘅短途旅行呢？咁呢個節目呢，就啱晒你啦！由落地到回程3日2夜嘅食住買玩都有星級藝人幫你悉心考量，跟住行程就可以食得滿足，買得開心，玩得盡興。5月31號起，逢星期3晚9點50分，新時代電視1台請1日假去旅行。有得去旅行梗係好啦，但係如果你真係連3日2夜都行唔開，又想去感受一下唔同國家嘅文化，其實去下本地嘅文化節都唔錯㗎。不如就等我帶大家去睇下以色列文化節啦。以色列文化節5月14號喺大溫猶太社區中心舉辦，因為呢個活動為期只有1日，所以當中節目安排十分之豐富。當日市民唔止可以欣賞到以色列舞蹈團嘅精彩表演， 仲可以參與由知名以色列排舞師主持嘅舞蹈工作坊。當大家行到肚餓，又可以去唔同美食攤位試食傳統以色列食品。大會仲安排咗專為小朋友而設嘅工作坊，啱晒一家大細一齊出動嘅家庭參與啊！對以色列文化有興趣嘅你，下年記得留意下啦。相信大家細個嘅時候一定有想像過自己未來嘅屋企會係點。呢個展覽嘅 concept 就係由藝術家 Amy Lam 細個寫嘅一篇文章《未來的我》衍生出嚟㗎啦。
The title of this exhibition is A Small But Comfy House and Maybe a Dog. And the exhibition looks at ideas around housing and property within the context of wider histories, like colonial histories. And the title comes from this text that I wrote when I was a kid, when I was 11 years old, which was called Me in the Future. And it was myself as a child trying to project what I would be like in the future, like as a teenager and as an adult. And one of the sentences in it was that when I was age 25, I would have a small but comfy house and maybe a dog. And when I found that writing again last year, I thought it was so interesting that it spoke to these dreams about having financial stability and having this kind of domestic security that you have ever since you're a kid, and how that relates to our current situation of living in Canada with the housing crisis and the unaffordability of living in places like Richmond and like in Toronto where I live. So within the show, there's lots of things that come from my family home. So for example, the text that I just spoke about where I predicted what I would be like in the future, that came from this time capsule that my mom had kept since I was a kid into now, and she brought it out, and that's when I found the text. And in the show, there's also sculptures and other works that are made of furniture and things from my family home. So for example, this couch that I'm sitting on and this work that's around me of these couches.
Amy 由佢童年對家庭、愛情同事業嘅幻想出發，以幽默嘅角度同敏鋭嘅眼光，透過藝術作品去審視金錢、家庭同各方權力之間嘅關係。展覽嘅核心部分係 Amy 同佢嘅藝術家朋友希安聯合創作嘅一系列模型。佢哋將玩具、家居材料同日常物品重新製作成一個童話咁嘅公共家園。
Specifically, what we imagined was kind of like a fantasy collective home where lots of people would live together. Things like models of condominiums that you see in showrooms, but then also we were thinking about doll houses and the kind of play that you do when you're a kid and you have these little toys and you make little domestic scenes. So our sculptures combine those things, but they also do that in combination with kind of fables or fantasies of where people might live in a fairy tale. So for example, there's a Chinese story of a man who lives in a gourd.
如果想對 Amy 佢哋嘅藝術作品有更加深入嘅認識，就一定要喺6月11號或之前親身去展覽，感受呢個存在喺幻想與現實之間嘅奇異世界啦。講起奇異世界，又點少得侏羅紀咁有代表性嘅世界啊！前排溫哥華有一大班恐龍返嚟探大家啦，諗下都刺激啊！即刻同大家去睇下啦！侏羅紀探秘呢個喺北美享負盛名嘅大型恐龍展，終於第2次嚟到溫哥華啦！今年佢哋帶返晒成個恐龍家族返嚟同大家見面。由於展覽係同古生物學家合作，所以佢哋每一隻恐龍嘅製作細節都經過精心複製，由顏色到牙齒大細，以至紋理皮膚或者羽毛都做到栩栩如生㗎。無論係最大嘅掠食者恐龍定係細嘅恐龍 BB， 都確保佢哋係以最逼真嘅一面展示俾大家睇。除咗欣賞唔同嘅恐龍之外，喺展覽仲有好多唔同活動可以令大家對恐龍嘅認識加深。
Well, we came last year, so this is our first time coming back. We're so excited to bring dinosaurs to the Canadian kids who really know a lot about dinosaurs, especially about the local dinosaurs like this guy, the Albertosaurus. He's a Canadian dinosaur in the same family as the T-Rex. Jurassic Quest is the largest traveling dinosaur exhibit. We've got 165 million years of life-size dinosaurs baby dinosaurs and activities for kids of all ages. We have a video tour where you can learn more about the dinosaurs. We also have a fossil exhibit where you can ask questions and learn about dinosaurs. Then we have our play area. So we have activities for little kids, a soft play area for kids 3 and under, and bounce houses, and dinosaur rides. So kids under 10 can ride on a dinosaur. I'm passionate about teaching kids about dinosaurs and about the Earth, as we can learn about the Earth through fossils. But I do a raptor training experience. It's a live show at Jurassic Quest where you can train a raptor. And we also have these baby dinosaurs that come out and meet the kids. They love getting pets and taking photos. You can get more information at JurassicQuest.com.
睇完係咪都好想入場玩埋一份呢？不過可惜今年嘅恐龍展溫哥華站已經完咗啦，想去嘅朋友唯有期待佢哋下年再次回歸啦。今個月嘅溫哥華真係多姿多彩啊！我哋呢邊幾乎每個禮拜都有唔同類型嘅展覽同埋節日慶典參加。Rick， 我知道你哋多倫多嗰邊都唔輸蝕喎，精彩節目一籮籮啊！
係啊 ，Vicky， 一陣間就會同大家去睇下多倫多魅力凝聚新時代記者會及簽名會嘅盛況，仲會重溫個 show 嘅精華片段添。廣告翻嚟，我哋繼續熒幕八爪魚。回歸實體嘅魅力凝聚新時代已經圓滿舉行啦，而家就為大家送上多倫多嘅記者會同簽名會花絮，感受下現場嘅熱鬧氣氛。跟住仲有個 show 嘅精華片段㗎。記者會未開始，一班 fans 就已經擔定凳仔、霸定靚位，排隊等見偶像啦。主持由經驗豐富嘅張志文擔任，表現超晒班啊！不過記者會嘅焦點就係4位遠道而嚟嘅星級嘉賓啦。4位嘉賓一行入會場，即刻引起全場粉絲尖叫歡呼，魅力勢不可擋啊！主持人張志文都有喺台上同4位傾下偈，講下佢哋嘅近況。4位 TVB 紅星仲親自抽選幸運觀眾，為佢哋送上紀念品。佢哋輪流喺印有自己巨型相片嘅佈景板前面簽名留念。記者會嘅壓軸重頭戲，當然就係親筆簽名嘅環節啦。4位星級嘉賓逐一為到場嘅 fans 簽名、影 selfie， 相信一班 fans 嗰晚都應該開心到瞓唔着啦。事隔3年，魅力凝聚新時代，排除萬難，終於可以喺現場圓滿舉行。期待已久嘅嘉賓譚俊彥、蔡思貝、袁偉豪、姚子羚終於隆重登場。4位紅星首先同觀眾打聲招呼，之後一齊表示話非常掛住加拿大嘅 fans， 佢哋亦都分享咗近況同埋拍劇嘅趣事。一班粉絲同幸運觀眾可以再次喺台上玩遊戲贏獎品，同埋親身欣賞偶像特別為加拿大擁躉呈現嘅精彩節目。紅星嘅落力演出，加上聽出耳油嘅歌唱表演，成為2023另一個難忘嘅年度大派對啊！想重溫當晚嘅盛況，就要記得6月4號晚上9點收睇新時代電視1台播出嘅《魅力凝聚新時代》啦！多倫多市中心1年1度嘅街頭花藝創作展又返嚟啦！今年活動以 Fairchild 航行為主題，用鮮花繪畫世界各地嘅文化。Yorkville 商業區除咗係多倫多 shopping 愛好者嘅好去處，一年4季更加有唔同活動等緊大家㗎。每年春天呢度都會舉辦街頭花藝創作展，而今年嘅活動就以航行為主題。
This year's theme is based on global destinations. So it's a journey through Bloor Yorkville with 36 different installations. Well, in the Yorkville lane, it's very charming, and Yorkville's known for its little quaint laneways, and they've set up a European trail through there, which is pretty amazing. Another one is at the Yorkville Village, which is a jungle theme. And one of the things we're celebrating this year is that Porsche is 75 years old. So there's 2 Porsche cars, one at the Colonnade and one at the Hazelton Hotel, that are all wrapped up in beautiful florals.
法國凱旋門、荷蘭風車村，仲有日本嘅櫻花神社，每個鮮花裝置都充滿心思㗎。今次活動有將近20位花藝師參與創作，耗時超過1個月完成36件作品。活動希望透過壯觀嘅裝置以及鮮花 model， 突顯具有標誌性嘅全球目的地，帶領遊客體驗探索同文化故事。除咗可以欣賞花藝裝置，活動仲特別設置一個鮮花市集，俾遊客邊行邊睇。喺室內部分，仲有花藝師現身說法，教大家培育花卉以及設計製作花藝擺設嘅技巧。街頭花藝創作展雖然已經結束，不過喺6月份呢度會再次迎嚟多倫多最豪嘅名車展啊！到時約定你啦。鮮花可以打造藝術品，紡織一樣都得㗎。多倫多紡織博物館嘅最新展覽就用布藝展示古老嘅歷史啊！加拿大紡織博物館嘅最新展覽以團聚為主題，展覽邀請唔同文化背景嘅藝術家提交作品，展示紡織藝術品嘅文化多樣性。
Gathering is the first installation of our permanent collection gallery. So this is the first time we have a collection gallery in like maybe around 15 years. Gathering is really like, it's the idea of bringing in the voices of the communities that are represented in the collection into the gallery. So we asked artists, other participants to choose objects from the collection that they'd like to respond to or like talk about. So we have like about 40 objects from our collection here, and it's really a mix of different pieces from different regions around the world. We have these dresses from Pakistan. We have rugs from Afghanistan. We have a quilt created by Nova Scotian immigrants. We have a baby blanket from Turkey, a baby carrier from Thailand.
觀眾可以從展品當中了解全球嘅文化以及唔同族裔嘅習俗同埋紡織品歷史。大家同時可以透過展覽收穫環保生活嘅新靈感。
With those like submissions we got, there were like some themes that really came out, and common themes were migration and diaspora, and then like textiles in everyday life.The theme of ancestral reclamation and artistic responses. So this one is like more of like how like younger generations now are sort of claiming their ancestry or connecting to their heritage.
展覽將會一直持續到出年嘅3月24號，對紡織品有興趣嘅觀眾絕對值得去參觀下㗎。生命在於運動，設計藝術都同運動息息相關㗎。日本文化基金會最近就用一場運動海報展覽展示日本獨特嘅設計語言啊！日本運動海報展由多倫多日本文化基金會同 DNP 文化促進基金共同呈獻。展覽探索咗日本平面設計同運動之間嘅聯繫。策劃嘅靈感源於2020年9月，倫敦日本文化基金會組織嘅銀座圖像畫廊，喚起動感日本平面設計師和運動海報線上講座。活動由北澤英史擔任策展人，展覽起源於線上世界，之後喺全球範圍內舉辦實體展覽。
I organized this exhibition. These are Japanese posters.On the theme of sports, it's actually rather than introducing Japanese sports, it's actually introducing rich talent of Japanese graphic designers. We have this magnificent work of Yusaku Kamekura. This is actually the official poster of the Tokyo Olympic game in 1964. We are covering more contemporary talents of Japanese graphic designers.
喺嚟到多倫多之前，展覽喺悉尼同巴黎舉辦過實體展覽，展出咗8位日本平面設計師嘅31幅海報。多倫多嘅展覽呈現嘅範圍更廣泛，總共展出咗24位設計師嘅68件作品。透過作品，我哋可以見到運動藝術嘅一面，同埋更加了解日本豐富嘅平面設計文化。經典嘅藝術作品，無論過咗幾耐，都可以為後人提供靈感同啟發。每一段歷史都係人類嘅紀念碑，有藝術家就用作品紀念一段屬於佢哋嘅過去喎。細個無憂無慮嘅童年時光，相信好多人都好懷念。你又記唔記得細個長大嗰一區住得最耐嗰一間屋係點樣嘅呢？為咗紀念自己嘅童年時光，有藝術家就舉辦咗一個名為《回溯過去》嘅作品展，畫出記憶中嘅家鄉。
Most of the work here is watercolor. Most of them. There is maybe a couple of one oil, two oil, and pastel. Most of them are watercolors. We call this exhibition Building on the Past because me and the other artist who is exhibiting with me, we are focusing on stuff that are really related to old times, to some heritage things. So for me, it's I mostly focus on architectural heritage from my country because I'm originally from Lebanon. So most of my paintings relate to this thing. So it's basically building sceneries from old times, stuff like that. But most of them are this would relate to this thing. But that's why we called it Building on the Past. So we are trying to build on the past.
其實除咗建築，童年遇到嘅人都會令人用一生去懷念。
Because my childhood was mostly spent in Lebanon, and in the old time, Lebanon was a little bit different than today. We were always exposed to traditional either buildings or sceneries, people like working in the villages, stuff like that. And this is what really affected me, and I wanted to express this in my paintings. I always have a nostalgia for those days. Yeah, Canada is very nice, and I enjoy life here. It's beautiful, everything is so nice. But I still have my memories and my nostalgia for my childhood, which I spent in Lebanon. That's what I'm trying to express in my paintings.
記憶中嘅身影可以係街口嘅樂器維修師，又可以係新鮮出爐麵包鋪嘅阿姨。每個記憶片段組成藝術家嘅童年。如果要你畫一幅畫紀念細個嘅自己，唔知你又會畫啲咩呢？我都唔記得自己有幾耐冇攞起過支筆嚟畫畫啦，下次有機會咧都要練習下先得。Vicky， 你平時會唔會畫下畫㗎？
Rick， 我同你一樣都唔記得幾耐冇畫過畫啦，有機會重新畫返，培養返個興趣都好啊！好啦，今集時間又差唔多啦，下個星期我哋同樣時間熒幕八爪魚再見啦，拜拜。